Hello lovelies, I'm so excited to share 10 spring trends for 2025 that you're going to love. Much like fall, spring is a transitional period that is the sweet spot when it comes to inspiring our outfits. There's so many gorgeous trends that you can easily shop your closet for spring 2025. And whether you're a stripes and floral spring traditionalist or you're ready to incorporate fun new trends like plaid, you're in for a wild ride in spring 2025. But it's not just the colors and maximalist aesthetic undertones that we're seeing. There's also fresh takes on styling that just make sense. We'll start with color trends because not only are they really fun, but also they're very personal and they're easy to incorporate in your outfits because most likely you have one of these colors that you favor that is currently trending. First trending color is red as an extension of the burgundy craze, but don't store your burgundy stuff just yet. Burgundy is here to stay, but for spring, we're just seeing a lot more brightness, kind of that cherry, beautiful, glossy red that adds a lot of brightness to an outfit. And it makes sense for spring. It's the color of passion and power. And we saw a lot of this going down the runway in Valentino and Saint Laurent. And I'm here for it. Nothing more striking than just adding that one piece of red, whether it's to a black and white suit or just that perfect addition of a red blazer. Second one is Ballerina Pink, which I'm all about. If you still have pink trauma from Barbie Core from a couple of years ago, this is nothing like that. It's a very soft, feminine, classy shade that goes really well with a lot of the other colors that we're seeing this season. Like Chanel Dior incorporated this color beautifully. It's such a great way to also lean into more of the romance that we're seeing as a whole for a trend. Next is Butter Yellow, which I'm wearing ironically. Butter Yellow is like that color that everybody's trying to make happen, kind of like It's So Fetch from Mean Girls. Recently I went window shopping at Bergdorf's and it was everywhere, from Chanel to nail polish to actual suits. Literally everywhere you look there was Butter Yellow. There's also a big resurgence in Butter Yellow nail polish and eyeshadow. However, if I take a look around, I don't see anybody wearing it. Not the way that I'm seeing people wear chocolate brown and burgundy and red. So we'll see what happens. I happen to have this really beautiful tweed jacket that's butter yellow, so I just thought I would kind of make fun of the whole situation. It is all over the runway, however, in Miu Miu and Prada, but I'd love to hear which color of the three you are leaning towards. I think if I really had to pick, I would pick red, but I'm definitely gonna add some more pink into my life. The reason I wore this tweed jacket in butter yellow is because butter yellow is a great segue for number 2 is prints and patterns for spring 2025. And as you can see, it's a phenomenal way to incorporate plaid. And plaids are also a huge trend for 2025. I would love to hear your thoughts on this. Plaid is traditionally such a key fall and holiday type of print. Even though plaid feels a little bit out of left field for the spring season, designers used it extensively from Burberry to Balmain in beautiful tailoring. So instead of using just like the classic stripes and prints, there was a lot of plaid incorporated on the runway and now therefore into stores and supplies. So the other print for spring, of course, is stripes, and we're seeing them in so many different ways, going in all directions and colors. And I'm here for it. I love the mariniere. I think it's a classic spring staple. It's also a really great print to mix with other prints, and a wonderful way to elevate your outfits is to incorporate some light print mixing. And actually plaid and stripes are a great combo to mix together. Before we get to the next trend, I need you to hit the subscribe button for more outfit ideas. I'm Ziba and I'm so happy you're here. I upload videos weekly on how to build a workhorse wardrobe as well as incorporate wearable trends, and you don't want to miss them. The wrong jacket theory is a term coined by Who What Wear, and it's much like the wrong shoe theory. If you're not familiar, it's wearing an unexpected pair of shoes with your outfit. So if your outfit is very casual and athleisure, then instead of wearing sneakers, you would wear heels. If you're wearing a beautiful floral chiffon dress, instead of wearing heels or strappy sandals, you would wear sneakers. The same applies for the wrong jacket theory. Instead of wearing something predictable and matching the aesthetic of your overall outfit, you would kind of do a 180 and pick a jacket that feels unexpected, almost like it doesn't quite belong there. We saw this in Miu Miu, Zimmermann, Burberry. One of my favorite looks is by Zimmermann that has a beautiful flowy dress, and then kind of out of nowhere, it's got a windbreaker sporty jacket that looks like it's coming out of a tennis match. It has a very fresh, unexpected styling, unleashes your imagination a little bit. And the other kind of dynamic of this juxtaposition dressing that I loved was by Loewe with really fun floral tent dresses that kind of reminded me of like a modern day bustle silhouettes that take up a lot of space. This dress, instead of having kind of a ballet slipper or maybe stiletto that I would have expected to see with this dress, they were wearing sneakers. And this leads us to our next trend, which is structured blazers. Power dressing with defined, beautiful silhouettes, cinched waist, bold shoulders, and oversized fits were very prominent, especially in collections such as Saint Laurent, Gucci. Happy to see that this was continuing on to fall winter 2025. At the Zang Toy Show in New York, I saw so many beautiful structured blazers with significant shoulders and embellishments, lots of tailoring, very feminine and powerful, and embrace the maximalist aesthetic that we're seeing. For number 4, we're seeing windbreakers as an extension of the athleisure luxe trend. And we saw this at Zimmermann, Miu Miu, Burberry. They're a great alternative to the trench coat for a transitional coat for spring, because that is one that I always wear and I never think to wear a windbreaker for perhaps a season. Let me know if you're willing to let go of your trusty trench. And in terms of transitional jackets, a suede jacket is also phenomenal to wear during the season. And suede is something that we're seeing absolutely everywhere. And it takes us to our next trend, the persistence of suede, from shoes to bags, belts, blazers, mini skirts. Literally, you can't go wrong. It's a classic fabric, and there's also some really nice faux suede blazers as well. So if you don't like the heaviness of a real suede blazer, sometimes there's really beautiful faux ones. Look just as great from Anthropologie. This one from Commence that I wear all the time. I have a discount code, by the way. So you can achieve the look for a lot less. And it also looks really beautiful with butter yellow, red, and ballerina pink as well. So it's all kind of coming together. I think suede continues because it's such a big anchor of the boho chic aesthetic, which I know many of you are not fans of, but I think there's really beautiful ways to incorporate this without feeling too over the top or too divergent from your current everyday style. And this brings us to number 6, the romantic revival. So kind of switching your thinking from having it be like boho chic to more romance, ruffles, softness, chiffon, pink, volume, all the things that are pretty and feminine. And yes, maximalist. This is where kind of those sheer trends come in, is because they are very much part of this aesthetic. It's really hard not to embrace it, seeing designers like Valentino and Alexander McQueen featuring them on their runways and just having it look so dreamy, but yet wearable. One way that I've leaned into these ruffled romance that we're calling is with a shirt here by Zara that is really pretty. It's a bestseller. It's in an off-white, and having this super ultra feminine top and wearing them with some unexpected baggier jeans that kind of balances out like the over-the-top femininity with something that has a little bit more gravity to it is a great way to kind of balance it out. So if you're going to wear a very pink feminine top, maybe wearing a neutral bottom that feels a little bit more balanced. Kind of 180 from that is a revival of the modern socialite. So think, the Ralph Lauren kids and Warren Bush, Carolyn Bessette Kennedy, Sophia Richie. So this takes us to trend number 7 that we'll call the Elegance Era, and specifically high necks, but belted looks, beautiful butter yellow shift dresses with just the right pop of red lipstick, the detail styling of a scarf. Pencil skirts are really positioned to have a big comeback. So just thinking of a lot of polish, elegance, tailoring, and taking a lot of inspiration from Max Mara. For example, this beautiful classic black and white skirt, Totem, which is a brand that just always has like a signature piece every season now, I feel like. This beautiful butter yellow satin dress. And with all that elegance comes, of course, a slingback heel, which is a trend that we can't seem to shake off. But if you're just kind of a little bit overdone with those, then you're in luck, because for trend number 8, we're seeing wedges. And I love this because, number 1, they're comfortable. And I just did a whole video dedicated on how to walk in heels, not wedges, but like more uncomfortable heels. So make sure to watch that if you just need a technique and just to study the right shoe that you need in order to be able to walk in heels without looking like you're limping. But if you're not a heels person, but you've always wanted to look taller, wedges are phenomenal. Everywhere from Versace to Michael Kors incorporate them heavily in the runway. And of course, wedges look beautiful with flowy dresses, but you can also make them modern with tailored pants, just if you want more of a structured look and not be so again, boho chic, but they also look great with trend number 9, which is the mini skirt. Mini skirts are a big trend for spring 2025. Looking back over the last couple of years, they've kind of held their ground, starting with the micro minis. And this is not what we're talking about right now. We're talking about like a normal mini skirt that you don't have to show your underwear for. Like, it's very moderate length or whatever feels good to you. But a really great way to wear it transitionally is with tights, and any color is fair game, from the red and more of like a beige, which is really popping, and actually a lot of designers used it for New York Fashion Week this last week. It's a great transitional outfit, adding a blazer, and you've got a phenomenal spring look that is still prepared for maybe like chillier days, because I know that I have them a lot in upstate New York. And trend number 10 is attention to neck detail, and I think this is an extension from what we saw last fall winter of the high necks. There's been so much attention to the neck with attached scarves, turtlenecks, and it seems like that's not letting up, but we're kind of flipping those scarves and high neck coats to detachable collars, which I think is really interesting. You can kind of start to see it creep in with the return of the triangle scarf, and some of you have asked what that is. It's just literally they're selling scarves that are shaped in a triangle so that you just kind of pull it up. It mimics kind of the silhouette of a sweater. That was a very trendy way to style your sweater layer this last fall and winter season, just by wearing it over your shoulders versus a scarf. And so the triangle scarf has been a key winter trend this year. And so seeing a continuation of that with a removable collar, as well as chunkier, heavier, significant neckwear, which again is a departure from what we saw in the quiet luxury years, a very, the pearl necklace and dainty little layered necklaces. We're seeing bold beads, and again, saw this on the runway myself in shows. And as it's going to continue into winter, seeing these kind of heavier pieces that have a lot of gravity and just anchoring the outfit. And I think it's a really great way to add texture to the flowy boho romance ruffles that we're seeing. So it kind of all works together if you look at the fashion picture holistically. In particular, designers that did it beautifully were Givenchy and Chanel. Used so much embellishment and inspiration for what we're going to be seeing and wearing ourselves, hopefully. I would love to hear what you think of these trends. If there are any that you're absolutely staying away from, or some that you're already ready to embrace. And if you learned something today, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and I hope to see you really soon.